7.2, How Deep Is Your Love by Calvin Harris and Disciples right here on Breakfast. And we're joined this morning by Daniel from Open Window. Daniel, how are you?
I'm doing great. Thanks for yourself.
I am so good and so excited for Comic-Con. Can you give me a number on a scale of like 1 to 10, how amped up you are for this time next week?
Oh, 20. We have to make up for the lost year.
Exactly. I agree. It's so exciting. And to be honest, based on what I've seen of Comic-Con so far, because COVID was like limiting them for the past couple of years, it really seems they're going all out. I don't know if you agree. I think they are going to go all out with it. And so I'm so excited. But what I am very interested in is, of course, StreamerCon, which is the branch of Comic-Con that deals with specifically gaming. So why don't you give us a little bit of an overview of what kind of stuff is at StreamerCon and what you specifically are going to be doing?
Well, StreamerCon is basically content creators united. There's going to be a whole bunch of South African-based content creators giving their own panels and lectures. There's going to be, I'm sure, lots of gaming stands and meetups, and I'm honestly just so excited to see some of the people that I've been connecting with online in person, sometimes some of them for the first time, and just get to butt heads and get to connect with some new folks.
Sure. No, that is exciting. And especially, in a medium that takes such a digital form, it's like, with COVID, the rest of us were having to be online for the first time. But I mean, streaming with the likes of Twitch and Discord and stuff, I take it you've been doing this forever.
Yeah, I myself have actually been on and off Twitch for about over 3.5 years now.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. So yeah, COVID was a breeze then for you.
Indeed.
Yeah, no. One of the things about streaming is also recently it seems to become a profession. Is that something that you think is going to become more mainstream for people to follow?
Here's the thing: streaming is, again, like any sort of entertainment thing with like animators, artists, actors. It's such a 1 in 1 million thing that majority of people will still keep it as a hustle, but you always got that lucky chance of being the top pro streamer that's making your own income full time.
Wouldn't that be exciting? Isn't that like your end goal? That'd be so cool.
Oh, it would be amazing.
Yeah. But I get what you're saying is that, it's seen as a side hustle, and then it's the select few who kind of manage to break out. And then when they make it big, they make it really, really big.
Yes.
So speaking of making it really big, how exactly did you and the streaming club at Open Window end up at Comic-Con?
So because we're unfortunately a little bit new, we're going there as attendees, as fans for this year. Hopefully next year we'll actually go a little bit more in a professional stance. So most of us are going there sort of just to mingle and hang out. We'll be going and hanging out at the actual Open Window booth, myself for the majority of Saturday, and I think some other people will come and hang out there as well. But yeah, if you want to get a hold of Open Window streamers or Open Window in general, you're going to be wanting to look for their stand in Hall H, where there's actually just going to be a bunch of student advisors and a couple production design students and a whole bunch of other very nice things to get information about Open Window and our classes and our sign-up process, as well as a nice little competition for Nintendo Lite for any prospective students who are coming in.
Hey, no, that's really awesome. And I mean, just based on, we were hanging out with you guys on Saturday, you guys seem like a real vibe. So if you're bringing that vibe to Comic-Con, I think it's going to be a really, really fun time. Now, I actually want to ask, speaking, of Open Window and some of the stuff that you do and stuff there, now, the streaming industry in South Africa, it has started to take off, as we've identified. And you said yourself, you're even excited to meet certain people there that you've recognized online for the longest time. So in terms of the direction of the South African streamer industry, how would you like to see it grow more and more?
So in my opinion, I would love for the South African streaming community to actually make that big international splash. We've got several very professional streamers as it is, like Van Fafsky or Chloe Zere. We also got Sam Wright, who is Tech Girl, who has her own podcasts and radio personality, and sportcasts internationally as well. So, like, those two names already have a bunch of sponsors from, like, Razer and E-Tech and Red Bull. It's then just taking that group and growing it and making that international impact beyond that.
I think one of the mainstream ideas is that streaming is only like for esports and stuff like that. It seems to me that there's a much broader range of things that encompasses streaming. Could you maybe share with us what does streaming actually include?
Yeah, so there's definitely the baseline, which is gaming and esports, but when you start looking at it in a broad perspective, you've obviously got then like your tabletop gamers or your board gamers, such as Dungeons and Dragons with Critical Role over in the States. You've got art channels where you've got physical or digital artists who are basically making commissions live. You've got animators and game designers, because I know Free Lives, which is a South African company, does some dev streams on occasion. We've got podcasts. You've got talk shows or just chatting channels. You're also getting a little sort of subset, which is the VTuber community, who basically does all of that with a digital avatar. It's really, you can do almost anything. I think the only thing that's a little difficult to do at the moment is to be a musician because of copyright issues.
Yes, that is very difficult. As a radio station, we definitely know that. But that is incredibly interesting, Daniel. And I think if I've learned anything from you right now is that, you know, however excited I was to go to Comic-Con, I should be even more excited because of the high variety of stuff that's going to be there. You know, we have this perception that Comic-Con is just superheroes and comic books and stuff, but it's not. There's actual content creators like yourself and other people at StreamerCon who are out there every day doing stuff, right? Indeed. So, you know what? Thank you so much, Daniel, for joining us. It's been very informative, and we look forward to seeing you between the 22nd and 25th of September at Comic-Con.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Thank you so much. Enjoy your morning, hey?
No, thank you very much.
Bye.
TuksFM 107.2.